From prison escapes to police getaways and 200 IQ criminals. These are 45 people who made breaking the law look like a Harvard degree. And it takes a high degree of skill to bring your yard exercise to this level. But having your getaway vehicle ready and waiting outside all seems a little bit too convenient. And that was just number 45. I mean, this escape, this getaway, whatever he's doing, and this are definitely more crazy. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But fool any man this badly, and it's time to call it a day. Maybe this cop should call it quits too. But instead of laughing at the security fail, let's just praise the opportunistic nature of this escapee. He saw his chance, and he took it. But seriously, whose great idea was it to have a prison gate that easy to jump over? And I don't know what's crazier, these guys breaking out so effortlessly, or the fact it's being filmed by another inmate. All those prison workouts clearly paid off, when you can bend steel bars like they're made of rubber. And speaking of breaking out, a few things come to mind, like spoon-dug tunnels, hiding in laundry trolleys, or love-struck doctors. What you don't usually see, though, is two inmates just sneaking out in the open. Rabbits out of hats don't get you freedom, but a disappearing act like this works wonders. Now you see him, now you don't. And I guess the same could be said for this guy. I mean, how many armed police does it take to catch a suspect? You know the saying, you can run, but you can't hide? Well, this proves it, especially when over 15 men and 3 vehicles can't cover their angles properly. The thing about having a bird's eye view on things is, you get a picture of the truth, but you're too high up to intervene.
Oh no, I hope he's not in that liquor store.
And there's nothing quite like the police force being shown up on live news, losing their suspect in a liquor store, then arresting the wrong guy.
I don't think that's him, Mark. I don't think that's him.
They definitely caught their guy here, though. Literally on camera. Say cheese. Breaking ankles on the court wasn't enough for him, so he had to break out of prison too. Things aren't any better outside the prison walls, though. When this lady got pulled over for suspected car theft,
Bringing that up. Do you know who the owner of the vehicle is?
she pulled off the Uno reverse of the century. Can someone explain how, from this position, she managed to get here? There's nothing like stealing a cop car to prove you're not a car thief. And who would have thought you could escape a police pursuit without having to go full speed? When you can steer this well, you never have to slam your foot down on the accelerator. Forget driving. Sometimes it's all about diving. And for that dive, I'd say that's an 8 or 9 on the judges' scorecards, but probably 8 or 9 years added to a sentence too. When you actually catch your suspect, though, you can detain them, as long as they don't have their phone. Otherwise, freedom is just one ChatGPT search away. But this next guy clearly did his research ahead of time, not just for getting his hands free, but his whole body. Who needs research when the only thing you need to escape prison is a long plank of wood? And when you walk the plank, you either sink or swim. But that's a chance they were willing to take. And something tells me that this officer won't be taking a chance on his colleague ever again. They say your arms are crucial for running, but it wasn't a problem for him. And it doesn't seem to be a problem for these guys either. You know you're short on staff when the only person giving a chase is the judge himself. And it's pretty difficult to manage a court case whilst running down a flight of stairs.
I said, what am I doing? What did I just do? I gotta go with it now. There's nothing, I can't stop right here.
But I'd say they're guilty. As far as arrests go, DUIs are some of the easiest to maneuver, mainly because, well, they're drunk. But just like how your buddy can keep his eyes from going crossed when entering the club, some of these booze hounds can be tricky. And after some fun exercises, she decided it was time to go, leaving this officer of the blue red-faced. You know, I'm starting to think there's some underestimation at play here. The Harry Houdini of crime not only managed to break from her cuffs, but get her 2 free hands on the wheel and drive away. The game plan at play here was much more vertically minded. Sometimes all you need is a ladder, and freedom is just one climb away. Some people are almost too smart to go to jail in the first place, though. In this 200 IQ moment, he chose to sit, and under the guise of a homeless man, he figured sleeping on the streets was better than in a cell.
Yeah, yo, he's smart as.
And similarly, the door of opportunity closes quickly, but she was quicker. Speed and agility only gets you so far before strength comes into action, and she clearly had that dog in her. Not every window of opportunity is open for business, however, and he found out the hard way. If you're not able to sneak in contraband or offer protection, then unlocking prison cells during your escape attempt is the next best thing. Even better than that? Timing. Like waiting till the very last second to make your move. Turns out you don't have to be a super spy or Tomb Raider to pull off a move like this. You just gotta want it as much as he did. And this guy on the motorbike definitely wanted his freedom. What it lacks in power up against a cop car, it makes up for in agility and adaptive skills. If you want to lose that wanted level, sometimes you gotta go off-road to make your way out. And at this point, he knew he got him. You'd think prisoners would want to escape quietly, but that's not always the case. They literally filmed their entire breakout with their phone and flashlight on full blast, and took it a step further by posting the play-by-play right here on YouTube. There really are tutorials for everything these days. And I guess this next guy didn't follow any of them, because this definitely didn't go to plan. Talk about things getting stuck in weird places. Nothing to see here. Just going for a little walk, getting some fresh air, and oh my god, that actually worked? But if walking away fails, there's other options. And in a game of cop and robbers, sometimes the lines get blurred, especially when the robber steals the cop car and drives off in it. But for these criminals, their chance at freedom hitched completely on their legs. While taking the trash out, they decided to dumpster dive their way out of there. And I guess this proves the saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure. How much do you trust the clothes on your back? Well, this guy trusted his enough to support his getaway. And when you plan perfectly, there's no need to rush. But sometimes escapes are less theatrical. For this guy, all he had to do was slowly back away, and when the guards weren't looking, make his exit. And while making his way through the courthouse, he had to cover up his handcuffs with his shirt and ditch his distinctive clothing. This guy missed the memo, though, and forgetting to lose his flops, flipped his plan on its head. Perfect for lounging inside and walking on the beach, not so good for sprinting in. How do 3 cons casually walk out of a high-security prison? The answer lies here. Making friends with those in charge never worked better. But what if you're more than friends? The corrections officer can be seen opening the door for the suspect and escorting him out of the police cruiser. Apparently, the officer told her coworkers that she was taking him to undergo a psychological evaluation. But once they left, they never came back. But when you can't join them, you gotta beat them. Well, not literally. While everyone was distracted by the door, this guy was able to slip away from the guards unnoticed and duck behind the transport van.
Yeah, boy.
Then the inmate went into Fast and Furious mode and drove the van through the garage door to escape. Not the most stealthy approach, but hey, freedom is freedom. But when your high-speed chase is being featured on live TV,
This is a stolen Jag.
you know you've reached the GTA realm of notoriety.
He's under the freeway, under the overpass, right? He did not come out the other side. Oh, he's out of the vehicle. The vehicle's rolling. The vehicle is rolling into the intersection. He is on foot under that freeway.
And just like in GTA, using visibility to your advantage is crucial.
Here it comes to
There's the
an end.
damage.
Peripheral vision. Sometimes you have it, and sometimes you don't. But movement like this is almost impossible to spot. Ah, the old switcheroo, to go from the newly convicted group to the newly released. Now that's a smooth criminal. But not as smooth as this guy. After escaping prison, the last person you want to bump into is a cop.
What's your name?
Robert Jones.
Robert Jones?
Uh-huh.
What's your address?
I don't have an address. I'm at the hotel.
But when you've got the persuasion skills like this, a moment of certain downfall turns into a friendly chat on the side of the road.
What is? We got an escapee.
Oh, I promise you I'm not no damn prison escapee.
You'd have done run by now. You got a cell phone with you?
No, hell no. I don't even have a cell phone or anything.
Just call 911 is all you got to do, and they'll get a hold of us. Be careful, buddy.
Thank you.
All right.
As we found out, you can't afford to take your eyes off a criminal even for a second. And you certainly can't leave a window open.
Oh, no.
Whether you're diving out or just scaling down from a window, one thing criminals always prove is, where there's a will, there's a way. On one hand, we have the ultimate escape artists, but on the other, we've got people like this. Not only getting arrested, but completely embarrassing himself first. We've seen wall climbers and ladders, but when stealth and subtlety isn't an option, then destruction is the way to go. And let's just say, whoever lost sight of the keys to the giant bulldozer may as well hand in their resignation on the spot. Sure, a getaway car or bulldozer is good, but it can always be matched by squad cars. But one thing law enforcement definitely don't have at their disposal, a parachute. And this guy capitalized big time. But of all the creative ways to escape prison, nothing can even come close to hitching a ride from a helicopter.
We're trying to climb the rope that was dropped into the yard for them. You can see them struggling, even being helped at one point by their accomplices.
I don't know what's scarier, being in prison for life or hanging on a cord hundreds of feet in the air while being dragged by a helicopter. One thing none of us can escape, though, is our destiny. Just like it's yours to hit that like and subscribe button. See ya. But don't mind me. I'll be busy here pondering my orb. Yes, I can see it now. You're going to watch the next video.